space. Love this call. Come here to definitely learn. I host accountability on Thursday nights. The sign up for that is under announcements on our Facebook page. And I will share just some of the updates if you haven't plugged in and checked out what we have going on in solutions. So I'll do that right quick, and then I'm gonna pass it over. So we have an upcoming solutions expo. It's like the recognition and all the trainings and solutions. It'll be May 12th at 4 p.m. Central Time. So adjust your time accordingly. And so you can register for that. I will post this information on the solution on the CDLP page because right now I can't see where you register. Also, if you got the VIP, the solutions breakout is available. Maybe it's available if you didn't get the VIP, but the breakout sessions are available now for replay. And then we have our weekly B2B prospecting blitz that happens on Tuesday. And that is at 11 Central every Tuesday. That starts. So you want to get on about 15 minutes early. They have a pre-training, and then afterwards they have an overview training after the end. So you can go out to the CDLP page. I have all this information out there for you, how you can connect. If you're group certified, you should have got this same email, I think. So for those that are group certified, just make sure you check your email. And so for the month of May, we also have the certification training, level 1 and level 2. It is free. Free employee benefit certification training in May, first times and retakes. Wow, that's amazing, guys. So if you ain't got certified, or if you are certified, you might want to go back and get a refresher. It's just a lot of benefits that are coming in Legal Shield, and you want to always stay up to date on what's going on in your business. You don't want to miss a promotion because you wasn't connected to your business. So go and make sure senior teams and you get certified as well. To open groups in the CDLP space, you have to have this certification, which is level 2. They really don't care how you take them, whether you take 2 first and then 1, but you need to take level 2 to be certified, okay? We have an upcoming CDLP class on 5/22. They got it here with the free, but I don't think it's free. I think it's $49. So when you register for that, don't be surprised. It's $49. Mr. Randy's going to talk about some new features that are added to that. But I think it's $49. So if you go there and it's $49, I told you it was $49. If you go there, if it's free, you got a deal. But if it's $49, be prepared when you go there. It's $49. Okay. All right. But Randy's going to talk about the new added features. If I was you, I'd pay $49 because I know you want to sell to people in Nevada and Hawaii if possible. So go learn about that. We got our upcoming webinars. We got our on-demand webinars, and we do have a commercial legal benefit overview on demand. So you want to share that if you can't do the presentation yourself. It's a 9-minute video of a top producer there. Mr. Alan Roman does that overview. And then we got the decision maker stuff. We got recruiting webinars and the 2021 incentives. Guys, you need to take advantage of these incentives. Hook up with a field trainer. You never open a group so you can maximize your profits, earn you $500 by working with a field trainer, have ongoing solutions, incentives, and also they extended the new group summer outreach incentive. So go open you a group, right? And earn you some extra cash money there. And I'm trying to see, is that the group that with $50, guys, you can open a group with $50. That's a combo in CDLP, and you got a group. Man, go help somebody. Please save them $25, right? $50.29 will open up a group in CDLP. Just imagine you did that every day. What? Anywho, let me start getting excited, man. At this time, I will pass it over to Mr. Randy Hooker.
Well, good evening, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be on the call tonight. It's an honor. We've been in legal field since 2008. We started the CDL space real heavy in 2019, earned the $50,000 ring. We're 1,000 app, we've sold over 1,000 apps. Personally, we're closing in on actually 2,000. We work it every day, and it is a pleasure to do that. A couple of things that I want to talk about tonight is, first off, tomorrow starts the road check for hours of service and lighting, 4th, 5th, and 6th. May 4th, 5th, and 6th. It starts tomorrow, and that's what they'll be looking for, is hours of service and lighting is the two main areas of focus during this safety check. So be sure to communicate that. The paperwork here is in the file section in the Facebook page. It's been there. So this is something that, don't forget that it's coming off. It starts tomorrow. And then also we have the road check, or the Operation Safe Driver Week is going to be July the 11th through the 17th. This is our next push. This one is the one that we'll be getting out to all of our safety directors and all of our companies. The focus on this one is going to be on speeding. The reason they're going to focus on speeding is because even though with the pandemic type stuff this last year, and actually the traffic was less on the road, but the traffic fatalities increased. And whenever they did the investigation, those traffic fatalities were, most of them were caused in the doing their research, that they were caused by speeding. And so that's the big thing. They're also going to add in down here, if you see in the red, reckless and aggressive driving, distracted driving, following too close, improper lane change, failure to obey traffic control devices, failure to use seatbelt, and evidence of drunk or drunken driving. These are in the 10 serious violations. This is some of them, it's not all of them, but they'll be focusing on them, like I say, with an additional speeding. So this flyer is once again in the Facebook page in the file section. It's there. Be sure to go and be sure to add your name to it and get it out to your safety directors and what have you. And then also, corporate has announced that in the newsletter, you should have seen this little block, a commercial driver's legal plan. Starting May the 6th, Saturday, the commercial driver's legal plan will be able to be sold in Nevada and Hawaii. It's great news, guys, especially for us that have a group or do enrollment for new hires, because some of those new hires may be from Nevada and they may be down here where I'm at in Texas, hiring on with a job. And if I sold them a plan, I could not go into Legal Shield at Work and enter them because their address would be register as Nevada. And since I couldn't sell the plan in Nevada, they couldn't buy it from me unless I sent a paper application in with their place that they bought it written on it in San Angelo, Texas, and then they could buy it. But we couldn't use Legal Shield at Work. The great news for us that do that is going to be, and in Legal Shield at Work, we're going to be able to enter these people if they're in the States from Hawaii, but their address is in Hawaii. we can still sell them the plan and enter them in Legal Shield at Work. They haven't given us a place to be able to do that. And it's going to bring recognition to those two states for our commercial driver's legal plan. And of course, you can click the picture and it brings up all of the information about it and tells all about it. So y'all can go to the newsletter and it basically just goes over the plan as to what it covers and what have you. And so this is great news for us. It is available now in Nevada and Hawaii. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Lamar to introduce himself.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Randy. That was some great information for everybody to capitalize on. It's a great honor to be on the call here tonight. And I've been selling the CDLP membership now for a little over 11 years. I've been in Legal Shield for almost 15 years. In June, it'll be 15 years. And I've been a CDLP trainer for almost 11 years, or 10 and a half years now. And during this period of time, I've earned the 50,000K ring, selling the CDLP memberships and legal plans, and also the 100,000K ring. And in the first quarter of this year, I hit the 5,000 personal memberships, and I hope to write another 1,000 of them this year, if that's possible. That's my personal goal. We'll see what happens. I'm part of the Special Forces and the Solution Emerald Elites. And as you've heard me say before, I just get up every day and I'm selling the CDLP memberships out there to drivers and going into companies and selling groups. Mr. Randy had some great information there that he was sharing on the road check. And even today, with the road check coming up tomorrow, I was using that in one of my presentations and sold a few memberships today. So it's still going on. Still take advantage of it. Still pass out the flyers to your safety directors and companies. But talk about it with these drivers because they really need that. Also on the driver safe week or month that is coming up in July, I just wanted to make a comment that we've seen more moving violations in the past few months. These officers are being so aggressive. They kind of let guys fly under the radar a little bit in 2020, but they are writing tickets. I had 5 people on Friday. I was telling Randy, I had plans to leave my office and go make some calls, but I ended up spending the whole day right here in my office on tickets that guys had got the day before or on Friday. And so I ended up getting 5 guys calling me with tickets on Friday. So our truck drivers are getting a lot of moving violations. So you need to be talking about our program out there and selling memberships. I just want to take a moment and focus before I pass the baton over to Mr. Robert. Really preparing yourself. I mean, this is the first week of the month. And so we want to be organized. We need to be organized to the point that we have calendars printed, if that's the way you're going to do that, or on your phone, and you're logging in your prospects there, okay, and your customers. So we want to be organized so that we can be very effective out there to make our business work for us. And then we want to start off within our zip code of selling business within our zip code. Don't be the star salesman driving all the way across town and coming all the way back. Stay in a little cluster of zip codes. And Mr. Randy had, Randy, what was the name of that program you had? Pulling up this,
Truckdriver.com.
Yeah, truckdriver.com. That is another way you can do it. You should never run out of prospects. Nobody on this call should ever run out of prospects. You can use that. You can use just looking at the DOT numbers off the truck. I'm kind of old school. I'm still pulling those DOT numbers and bringing them home and put them in the safer and checking it out. And at the same time, I'll go in there and check out the CSA scores and stuff. So you want to be organized going into the second quarter. We've already got a quarter behind us. Into this quarter, we want to make sure that we're very effective out there calling on prospects and customers. You can use the reference USA. And if you've gone to one of our live trainings, I know all of our trainers speak of that. So you could use the reference USA to get your prospects lined up. And then I had a little note here about what to say and not to say. Okay. So if you're in a presentation, you're talking about getting the CSA score down low. So that, you know, a commercial driver has two records. He has a federal CSA record and he's got a state MVR record. And I talk about how our program can work within those two opportunities to help the driver and protect their driver's license. You don't want to say, I can get you out of a ticket, or my program fights tickets. Just, you know, the verbiage, you need to enter into the area of concern, okay? And that's the CSA, and that's the MVR. So be smart about it. Walk into it that way, and trust me, those drivers, I had an opportunity, I was telling Randy, I had 4 drivers. One of them, well, I had really 5. One just didn't want anything. So out of the 4, I ended up selling 8 memberships there. And for 2 of them, I did a triple. And I hadn't done that in a long time, Mr. Clarence. I sold 2 triples. And that was a CDLP plan, a legal plan, and a gun program plan. And so we just want to be smart about the way we present our program. And then the last thing, and I think Sharanda's already talked about this, use your field trainer. Use that field trainer if it's over the phone or if it's live time out there making a call. Use your field trainer to help you close that business. But I just wanted to take a moment and just talk about follow your dollar. Where are you spending your money? It could be at Ace Hardware. It could be at the cleaners. It could be at your doctor's office. Those are prospects. You're doing business there now. So don't overlook that. And try to stay within a close proximity of where you live. That is another suggestion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Robert Dunbar, who has some great information for you as well. Mr. Robert?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, appreciate you guys all for sharing. You guys give me just 10 seconds, I'm gonna drop this post. I just put on the page, so if you got anybody on your team, we're trying to get the numbers up, obviously, for this Zoom on our weekly Monday. So I just put it on the CDLP page. So please push it out to the people that you know are interested. We don't want people obviously only assume that are interested in CDL. It's for the people that are interested in that. So I did just post it on the page. Tag your people on your team, tag your workout partners, whoever it is you're working with, to make sure that they know that this is available every Monday evening. So it is there with all the topics. So go ahead and grab it. I'm just reposting it in one more place here for you guys to make sure it's convenient for you guys. And trainers, I tagged you as well on it. I know, Lamar, you're not on Facebook, but the rest of the trainers, I did tag you guys on it as well so that you guys could push it out to people to make sure we get some more people plugged into this here. So I'm going to be doing a quick introduction of myself and then talking about the Go for No challenge, guys, which will help you make some more dials. So if anybody here that's on this line right now that's already involved or knows about the Go for No challenge that we're going to be doing, just kind of jump in the chat and say yes or yes real quick, so we'll know that we got some people. I know some people that are already going to be involved with it, that's already gotten the email and already responded to the email and things like that. So if you plan on being part of that Go for No challenge, just put yes in that box, in that chat box for me real quick. And don't mind me not looking at the screen, guys. I'm looking because I got 3 monitors up. So I got YouTube on one thing, I got Facebook on another thing, and I got you all on another one. So I'm multitasking over here, even though I'm not good at it. Oh, look at them. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Huh?
You got a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got some hearts coming on the screen. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get them in. So what I'm gonna do real quickly is I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you guys what that's about. And I'm gonna do a quick introduction here for myself while I have this pulled up so you guys can take a look at it. All right, good stuff. So what we're going to be doing is a Go for No. And let me start real quick, because I know some people who may not know me, who may be new to this call or maybe new to this Legal Shield or CDLP space. I'm Robert Dunbar. I'm one of the CDLP trainers. I've been with Legal Shield for a little bit over a decade. I've been training with Legal Shield for a little bit over 6 years. I've been a CDLP trainer for going on 3 years. I really love to train with the company. I really like to work with Legal Shield. I work all aspects. So I spend some time doing network marketing. I spend some time working with insurance agents. I spend some time working with on the regular group side. And then, of course, I work on the CDLP side as well. Legal Shield has a lot of different sources of income. So I try to participate in as many of those as I can. CDLP happens to be one of them. You'll hear Lamar say time and time again as he speaks that the CDL plan is backloaded. So what I like about the CDLP plan is keeping it on the books gives you that residual income, and it gives you a good source of money coming in from those drivers, because the drivers can be very loyal, especially if you put them under a bank draft, what we call a bank draft group, where you get their banking information when you're going in and setting up that group and selling on that plan. That can be one of your most loyal customers if you deal with it right. So that's what we do here. We're talking about how to sell the product right, because if you sell the product right, they'll stay on the books. And we've got some really excellent trainers. Now, there's a lot of great trainers in this company, guys, but we've got some great trainers helping you guys here on the line. I mean, we're talking on a weekly basis, almost every single Monday. We're pulling up documents, putting them on the screen, putting them inside the Facebook page for you guys to be able to pull up, look at, and take advantage of to build to your CDLP space. So we've got a lot of good information going on here. On top of that, you've got every week Sharanda Ivy that she just mentioned. She's got an accountability call, guys, so that you guys can go out in the field, work, but then have somewhere to call in and get that support, right? And why are we talking about all these things, right? Particularly because it's the first Monday, and this is the Fast Start Monday for CDL. And we want you guys to not only know the resources that's available for you all, but let you know, like, this is your spot, right? That you come to get refueled, right? And if you're saying, I'm still refueling and taking my trips around the block, you're coming in on Monday. But when you're saying, look, man, I'm out here, like, I'm in beast mode. I'm out here really running. I'm making dials. I'm trying to open up groups to win the Cabo trip. When you got all of those different things going on, you want to understand that when that's happening, you want to be plugged into an accountability call, right? You want to be plugged into an accountability call. And the accountability call is happening on Thursdays. If you don't know how to get involved with that, go to the CDLP Facebook page, right? And all you have to do is you can tag Sharanda, or you can generally ask the question, hey, how do I get involved in accountability? Somebody else that's in that call will respond, or you can tag Sharanda Ivy and she'll let you know exactly where to go on that page. So this call every Monday, if you miss some of it, right? We don't record the actual call like on Zoom. What we do is running on YouTube Live, and it's recording there. So what happens is, anybody that's on this, if you jumped on 20 minutes late, if you say, I got to jump off 20 minutes early, remember, this call is running on YouTube Live, so it's recorded there, and then I just go in there and edit it, and then you can all get to it. So I'll drop in the chat box when I'm not talking. I'll drop the playlist link in that box, and you can go there and look at all of the CDLP Zoom sales motivation trainings that we've done from September 7th of last year all the way up until this Monday. You can see them all there. If you're looking for last week's, because I got a couple of emails about that, about last week's training. The reason why you don't see it is because I'm having some issues on the editing on it. For some reason, there's some things going on. So it's not displayed. So that's why you haven't seen it. But all the other ones, except for last week's so far, you should see there where you can click on it and you can look at it as much as you want. You can take notes. If you're missing something, if you're looking at it and you can't figure something out, all you have to do is go in the comment, guys, and say, hey, look, I need help with this, or I can't find this document, or where's the CDLP page? And guess what? That's going to come to me and I can respond to it. If you need something emailed to you, just put your email in there and I can also get that to you too. So when you're commenting on YouTube, whether it's live or the recording, that will come to me and I can respond to you guys. So there's no excuse not to make things happen for yourself in the CDLP space as we're moving forward here. So let's move into this chat. Oh yeah, also I've got a achievement award, whatever you call that award. Now I think they changed the name a couple of times, but I do have achievement award for selling however many memberships I sold so far. I don't keep track of it as much anymore. I'm just selling when I'm selling. I don't really count the numbers on my total anymore. But I have been award. I just received a award for being in the top within the top 5 actually of field trainers for 2020. I'm a 100K ringer. I've got 250K ringers on my team. So really enjoy working with the company. So I mentioned about this Go for No challenge, and with my training company, this Go for No challenge, we're doing something new when it comes to a challenge that I haven't seen done, and hopefully this makes it convenient for the person involved in the challenge. The same way as making it convenient for my company to do this challenge. So here's what we're doing. Starting on the 6th of May, that's this Thursday. That's when we're going to start. We want people to really start, making their dials and everything, right, on this. Now, we want you to make dials every day. It's Blitz happening tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I think Sharon or one of the other trainers mentioned it. So I'm not saying don't start calling until Thursday. I'm saying that's what we're going to start this challenge. So in this Go for No challenge, what we're going to be doing, the object is for you guys to stop fearing no. Right? We want you to go after no. We want you to stop counting how many people you're closing a day or how many people you're calling a day, but start counting how many no's you get, because that will increase your phone calls, right? And this will work whether you're doing network marketing, whether you're calling on regular groups, or whether you're calling on CDL groups. It doesn't matter who you're calling and why. If you're making a sales call, the Go for No challenge is going to work for you. So why are we starting it on the 6th? Because Wednesday the 5th, we're going to be holding an interview with the author of the book. So the author of Go for No, Andrea Watts, I'm going to be interviewing her on Wednesday at 9 p.m. And I'll put the link in there for you to register for that. And she's going to be talking about the book, talking about why her and Richard Fitton wrote the book, talking about the concept and how it works for salespeople and why that's one of the top 11 sales books, top 50 sales books over the last 11 years. One of the top 50 sales books over the last 11 years. Go for No has been. So she's going to talk about the book, which hopefully that will encourage you to want to be involved in the Go for No challenge. So this is how it's going to work. You're going to have a sheet, right? And it's going to be here. So when I scroll down, you better look at this. This is going to be fillable, just like you see here. So on this sheet here, this Go for No challenge sheet, right? I'm going to put in when I'm not talking anymore, I'm going to put this link for this document inside the chat, and you can click that link. You can download it. Right? It's 6 pages in length. These are fillable documents, guys. That means you can write in them on the computer. You don't have to print them off or waste ink and paper and then do one. You don't have to do one of these every day. So I don't want you thinking I have to print. Part of this Go for No challenge is going to be about making it user-friendly, right? And facilitator-friendly. So you do not have to print this off. So let's just say I go out and I say, I'm going to talk you can go out and talk to people personally, like go out in the field, DWC, or you can pick up the phone and dial. Most people will be dialing, but however you're going to prospect, that's totally up to you, right? So let's say I go in the field or I make a phone call and I happen to call Lamar Reynolds because he's a truck driver and I'm asking him about getting the plane. And he says, you know what? I made a decision. I'm not going to get it. I picked up another product that costs a little bit less than yours or does a little bit more than yours, whatever the excuse is, right? All you're going to do is go to your Go for No sheet just like this, and you're just going to click it, and it's going to you can check it right there automatically right on your screen, right? Then that way you can download this right into a folder on your computer, and you'll have every day's numbers right there, right? So you can put that check there, and then you can just simply type in Lamar Reynolds. Hope I'm spelling it right. Lamar Reynolds is, right, not interested, right? So now you've documented that no. That's one no. Go to my second no, and I call Randy. He says he's not interested. I put a check there, and I put Randy Hooker is no longer driving, right? So now that's my next one. I'll make another call, I'll sell a membership. That's the yes. I'm not gonna put anything there for the yes, right? So what is the object? The objection here is to get 10 no's a day, because that will help you create a yes to no ratio so that you can sell more, guys, and so become a sharper salesperson, right? And that's really what I'm interested in doing for you all, is making you better at sales and making you more comfortable getting no's by expecting to get those no's, so that you won't be disappointed when it happens. So that's the goal there. So you'll be able to do that. You can erase those things whenever you want. So you can download it once you do it, and then you can erase those out of there, and that sheet will be clean, and then you can use that sheet again the next day. This sheet here that's also connected is for you to put that dollar value, right? It's just to help keep you excited. So it says here, 2 closings out of 10 reached means just that, 2 closings out of 10 reached. So too many times we expect to see the good before the bad to increase our faith in a thing. Discipline your disappointments by allowing the entire process to complete and be excited about your activity, not your results. So you're getting your no's. That's what we want you to get. We notice you don't get paid when you get your no's, right? But if you get a yes and you sell a bundle and that happens to be paying you $237, I want you to go here and I want you to put that $237.40 there. Mark that in there, right? If you make another sale, you sell a small business plan and it pays you, right, $487 when you sell it. I want you to mark that. I want you to mark that in here, because if you see that, that gets you excited about what you have going on. And that's what we want to happen. We want you guys to all be excited. Trying to get that muted for you guys. I want you all guys all to get excited about what you have going on. So whatever your numbers are when you sell, drop them in that box when you're selling, and that'll give you some excitement when you're doing that for your yeses. So you know you're putting your no's in the no box, and your yeses, if you sell, you can put that, you can put your numbers in there, and now you got that excitement. You see what it says in the middle? Your yeses may be at the end of your day of prospecting. So again, this is why we're chasing no's, because we don't know when the yes is going to come, and we want to get rid of that fear by challenging that fear, right? This sheet says your probability is what your probability is. The only way to change your yes to no ratio is to get better at your sales pitch, your advertising methods, and your follow-up. You can do that here on this call every Monday, because we help you do that. You can do this by getting plugged into the monthly CDLP certification training with Miss Chris Seelig and Mr. Alan Roman once a month on the 3rd Saturday of each month, right? You can get better at doing CDLP. You can get better by making your dials every day, or going out and talking to companies and then plugging into the accountability call with Sharanda Ivy, doing that on a weekly basis, right? It says nothing changes your probability, but an increase in skill set, right? Nothing changes your probability, but an increase in skill set. And how do you increase your skill set? By going out and talking to more companies, by dialing more, by plugging into the Zoom sales motivation trainings on Monday nights, by plugging into the certification trainings over and over again. I know it's $49, but if nothing else, commit to taking it quarterly. That's 4 times a year, guys. That's $200 a year. $200 a year that you're spending on CDLP to take it on a yearly basis. So these are things that you can be doing as well. And this is just talking about inspecting what you is expecting. So these are a couple questions for you, right? Number 1, how many no's are you willing to take per day to reach your destination, right? This is what the Go for No Challenge is about. How many no's are you willing to take? To reach your destination, right? Is it 5 to 10, which would end up being about 15 calls? Is it 20 to 40, which would end up being 30 to 60 calls? Is it over 50, which would be more than 70 calls, right? Is it however many it takes to reach a destination? The question number 2 is, do you know your yes to no ratio? Most of you all don't. You will create a yes to no ratio if you don't know it once you start making these dials on a day-to-day basis. We're going to start with a 30-day challenge. If we get to 30 days and people are still excited about being a part of the challenge, then we'll move it to 60 days, right? We're doing another 30 days. And if people are still excited, then we'll go up to 90 days. We're not going to do more than a 90-day challenge, because we don't want to wear you guys out, right? You know, we go into beast mode, but, you know, after 90 days, you got to take a break, right? You don't want your family to disown you. So We want to make sure that we do only up to 90 days on that challenge, but we will look at how it's progressing, but we will start at 30 so that we don't scare people off thinking that they have to do this daily for a whole 90 days. So yes, no, if you don't know your ratio. And then the third one is I haven't tested my ratio, which is going to be most of you all. And then I don't know what the yes to no ratio is. Well, guess what? I just explained it to you, right? Number 3, are you willing to time block in order to create a routine call time window? This is what the Tuesday Blitz call is for that corporate does. Every Tuesday, you're blocking off 2 hours to make nothing but calls to whatever you want, network marketing, sales in general on the group side, or the CDLP side. You should be doing time blocks, not only once a week with corporate, but you should be doing them daily in your business. So you need to make time blocks in order to make intentional phone calls to grow your business, right? So the answers are what? Yes or no, or a time block won't fit into my schedule or calendar, which I don't believe, right? Or I've tried to do this before and it didn't work. Well, that's what we're here to help you with if you've done before and it didn't work. Question number 4, when prospecting, do you count the results from your activity or do you measure your activity? And that's what we want you to do. We want you to learn how to measure your activity. So answer number 1 or A, I count my results. B, I measure my activity. C, I measure my activity and I count my results, right? And then D, I haven't done any prospecting of any type, right? And we want to help you with that if that happens to be your answer. But what we want you to do is look at your results. I mean, look at your activity, not your results. Looking at your activity will help you get through the dials and not be worried about disappointment, which is why this sheet is important. Let's play Rejection Marble Madness. With this exercise, we're going to show you how to make those dials every day to be in that challenge. So you're not counting and waiting for a yes or waiting for a no, but you're really just dialing for dollars, if that makes sense. So what you're going to need for this exercise is just 2 bags of marbles, guys, 50 or 100 count marbles. It depends on how many no's you plan on getting, right? Just get a bag of marbles from the dollar store, guys. Nothing expensive. Get 2 separate dishes to put the marbles in. And I want the dishes to not be see-through. Why do I want them to not be see-through? Because I don't want you to be looking at how many marbles you've used and how many marbles are left. I want you to just dig in that bucket until they're gone and they're all in the other bucket, right? So you're going to dump the amount of marbles in one dish that you're going to use for however many no's you're saying you want to get that day. So if you're saying, I'm going to get 20 no's today before I stop dialing, you're going to put 20 marbles in dish number 1. And as you get no's, you're going to take them out of dish number 1 and then put them into dish number 2. That's going to be the exercise that you're doing. And we want you to do this every day. Now, if you're going to take off 2 days because you only work 5 days a week, that's totally fine, guys. You don't have to do it every day if you don't work every day. If you want to work every day, do it every day. If not, I'm going to show you how to check in and just let us know what your numbers are going to be for whatever days that you're doing it. Because even though it's a 30-day challenge, we do want to respect people's religion and time and with their family and stuff like that. Everybody doesn't work 7 days a week, and we totally get that, right? So dial into you empty dish number 1 into dish number 2. That's what the exercise is going to be. That's going to help you get through those dials, right? And then lastly, the failure mindset. We just want you to adapt this from the book Go for No, right? Wantingness to fail versus willingness to fail, right? So I covered this the other day. The meaning of failing when a person will tolerate just enough failure to get what they need from life and no more. This failure mindset usually causes the salesman or saleswoman to allow the minimum to be their maximum. And some of you all may be like that. You may have people that are in your market like that. You may have a workout partner that's that way, or you may have people on your team that's that way. They're only trying to qualify for Performance Club. They're only trying to qualify for a bonus, right? They're only going to do just enough work to get over the hump that they need to get over to qualify for a thing, right? And we call that a willingness to fail, right? I'm willing to fail just to get that. Maybe you know somebody in the 9-to-5 world that hates their job, but they only go because they know they've got bills to pay, right? That's a willingness to fail. But we want to change that over, right, into a wantingness to fail mindset. And that means the meaning says a means of failing when you are not just tolerating the no's in your life, you are actually beginning to seek them. When you develop this failure mindset, rejection starts being fun. And that's what we want it to be for you guys. We want you to be excited on Sharanda Ivy's accountability call. We want you to be excited telling your testimonies of failing your way to success on our Monday night sales motivation Zoom. We want you to have testimonials on Legal Shield support, on Legal Shield associate page, on the CDLP Facebook page. We want to change that culture of hearing failure and getting no's and thinking that it's a depressing, disappointing situation and saying, no, I'm feeling my way to success. That's what this challenge is about. So we want to change over your mindset from a willingness mindset to a wantingness mindset. And hopefully this will do that. So I'm gonna end this by saying this is pretty much how the challenge is going to work. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have an open line Monday through Sunday, right? Every week for that, starting on the 6th. There's going to be a Zoom that you can dial into, right? You can dial into it, or you can just go into it like you went to this Zoom right on your computer. It's going to be open from 12 to 12:15 p.m. every day from Friday to 7th, right? For the next 30 days. It'll be an open Zoom. You guys will get all the information. It'll be emailed. If you're saying you're going to play a part, when I put the link in the comment box and you click that link and you download those papers, you're going to get the email for that challenge. You're going to get the Zoom link and all that stuff. When you dial in, right, user-friendly, guys, you don't have to use a bunch of your time. So you know how you normally have a challenge, you have to call in every morning for accountability and sit on accountability call for 30 minutes? Guys, look, I've done those for years and I know that they work, but I'm trying to be user-friendly here. It's going to be an open line where you dial into that Zoom and you're going to say your numbers right there, right? You don't have to explain it. I've got 11 no's, or you can go into the chat box the same way you do on this Zoom. So you can log into the Zoom, go into the chat box and say, I've got 7 no's. Guess what? Your name is going to pop up because you dialed into the Zoom. So we're going to know who you are. It's going to show there. Nobody's going to be there to talk to you guys. You're not going to have to talk to anybody. Just jump in there, put your numbers, and you can leave and go back to doing what you're doing. 12 to 12:15 p.m. Eastern time every day. And guess what's going to happen? Every 10 days, I'm going to send an email to everybody that's part of that challenge. And that email is going to have that recorded 15 minutes with everybody saying their numbers. So everybody will know who's being accountable. You guys follow that? So now you'll know who's being accountable without you having to be on an accountability call, because it's going to show up there. And all you have to do is review that 15 minutes of that 15-minute Zoom that's there at your own convenience. That way, it's under your control to do that. Also, once a week, we're going to have a training call during that 30 days. Once a week, so it's going to be 4 training calls that's going to help you with overcoming objections, avoiding objections, and generally helping you understand how to make dials, what you should be saying, and things like that. So you're going to have about 4 training calls during that 30 days and a daily place that you can come in and say your number. So it should take you 30 seconds. So if you look at the chat right now, in this Zoom here, I'm going to go to the chat just to give you guys an idea. Hopefully I can get to the chat. Is it going to let me pull it up? All right. So I'm in the chat, and and say I called into that Zoom, or I logged into that Zoom, that 12 to 12:15 Zoom on starting on the 7th. All I'm going to put is I got 7 no's today. I'm done. I can leave.
Robert.
If you want to stay there for 15 minutes and look at everybody else coming in and put their numbers, that's totally up to you if you want to be on there for 15 minutes. But all you have to do is jump on there and type that in and leave. And what I'm trying to do is create another way to start doing accountability where everybody's not locked into 10 accountability calls a day, which is cut away from your activity, and the person facilitating it has to be there as well. So if we do it this way, the facilitator doesn't have to be there because it's going to record it for 15 minutes. The people calling in don't have to be there, but for the 30 seconds it's taking them, but everything's being tracked still. You guys follow that? Yes or yes? So we're going to try this challenge to see if we can get people there and get their numbers increased. And in 30 days of you doing the Go for No challenge, you should be able to look at your commission statement and see that there's a change in your activity. You should be able to look at your performance club and see that there's been a change in your activity. These things should happen over 30 days. Once you create that, you've got all the supporting things around it. Now you can say, I've been accountable for 30 days. This may go on for 60 days. Plus I got a Sharanda Ivy's accountability call. Plus I got the time block on Monday to make calls. Plus I got the Monday sales motivation. Plus I got the CDLP certification. Plus I got all the B2B solutions trainings that they got going on. Guys, if you fail, guess whose fault it is? It's yours. It's your fault. You got all the support you need with all of these things in place, guys. And guess how much it's costing you? Nothing. Nothing but your time. Nothing but your energy that you should be dedicating for your business to grow in the first place. You guys follow that? So hopefully this will help you guys Hopefully it's something that you guys are gonna be interested in doing. So I'm going to turn it over to the other trainers that may have some other things to talk about. I will get those links put in the chat while some of the other trainers are talking about whatever else we're gonna be discussing for the remainder of the CDLP sales motivation training. So trainers, I'm gonna open it up to you guys.
Yep, Robert, this is Lamar. You
Yes.
had made a statement about the bank draft in your presentation. I'd like to give everybody a nugget here tonight. And when you're filling out the universal application, okay, you have two options. That member can either do the bank account or the credit card. We know, and I know for sure, that they'll stay on the books a lot longer with the bank account. Me and Mr. Randy was just talking about this past week. So if you're doing a new driver orientation class, and I know many of you are doing that out there. So, you know, you go into safety meetings, new driver orientation classes, but I'm speaking of new driver orientation classes specifically tonight. So here's these drivers. They're sitting in this class. They just got hired. This is the orientation. And one of the things that they brought with them to the orientation was their bank account information to give to the company so they can do automatic deposits in their bank account. Now, what I've been doing here lately, I'm starting to get a little smarter in my older age. I'm telling the drivers, when I get to the closing, you know, and I go through my membership perks, I'm closing with that. And because you're part of this group, you get a lower price, you know, I'm closing with that. And then when I get down here of really completing the application and going through it, I will say to the driver, I know you probably just got through giving this company your banking information so you can get automatic deposits in your bank account. So option one in the payment is your bank information. So all you got to do is put the name of the bank, account number, and routing number. And I was telling Randy this past week, I'm starting to get so many more bank drafts versus credit cards. My percentage, you know, Robert's talking about the percentages of yes and no's. Well, I tell you what, I'm running a yes and no evaluation on the way I'm closing the business with bank draft versus credit card. And if you can get more people in the banks, you're going to keep the retention. And Robert was talking about our CDL program, and which I talked about in the compensation piece a few months ago. Our compensation piece is backloaded for account retention. And so this is where the bank draft really comes into play. And if you'll do that, you'll keep that member on the books a lot longer. On a credit card, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. They're getting a new credit card. Oh man. And they forget to call in, the membership cancels. Okay. Or if they've got identity theft going on and, you know, they close that, it's all kinds of things that cause that account to go into pre-cancel. But one of the things that's most stable is the bank account. And I just challenge you to do that. And Randy, I know you've got another approach you use. I use that. Okay, you brought to this meeting today your bank account and gave it to your company. You can use that same information on our application. And it works so well. Mr. Randy, how do you close it and try to get them in the bank account?
Well, I noticed in the chat here, Lamar, also, they were talking about most people say their accounts are bank draft accounts, but the account being a bank draft account is not what you're talking about.
No.
You're talking about them using their banking information to pay for it. It's not the bank draft account. An account, most of our accounts are bank draft accounts.
That's right.
But we want them to use the banking information, not the credit card information in that bank draft account, because that makes a big difference. And I usually just tell them that you know, your banking information. Either one are as easy to cancel as if you ever wanted to cancel. But with the bank draft information, you do not have a expiration date that can cause this membership to cancel. And you've seen such a value in buying the membership to begin with. The last thing we'd want it to do is to cancel because of a credit card date that expired.
So there's two nuggets right there. So on the universal application, down at the bottom, you got two options. You can either use the bank or you can use the credit card. And you can ask anybody on this call, which one had you prefer? Everybody's going to say the bank. Okay. And so now, how do you get that member to use the bank information? And I have a lot of drivers, you know what? They pull out their phone and, well, I don't have any of my banking information with me. And I'll tell them, well, you know, a lot of my drivers just pull up their banking information right on their phone. And they do. They'll grab their phone and go right there. And there they got the account number and routing number. They said, well, I got my account number, but I don't have the routing number. I said, that's not a problem. Just put that on there. I'll get the routing number. I'll look it up. Okay. And it's very easy to look up. And maybe that's another training one day that I can give on how to look up routing numbers. There's a website you can go to do that. Okay. But you got some input from Mr. Randy. You got some input from me on how to get the banking information on the universal application. Is to your advantage. It's better for account retention, and you can enjoy more residual income from the CDL program if you do that. So there you go, folks. There's the big nugget for you this evening. Turn it back over to Sharanda or Sharon or Randy if you got something else.
We can. It's on 9:30. Just because I know I have to get off. So good information, guys. I would say just remember the Blitz is tomorrow. So when you meaning the road the national Blitz for CDLP is tomorrow, starts tomorrow. But we also have our Blitz that starts with corporate tomorrow at 11. So that could be some help you with car reluctance. You know, just pick up the phone and say, hey, I just want to share some information with you about your drivers, that you know that the road check is starting today. Got some information I can share with you. You know, however you want to do it, and let that be the reason why you're calling. So just pick up the phone tomorrow. Dunbar talked about go for no. I promise you, tomorrow they'll listen to you with that information. So just, you know, just pick up the phone and use that information that's been shared tonight by Randy, and the tips that Dunbar and Lamar has given you, and just go for no tomorrow, man. Just do it, right? Just do it. But you got a reason to call tomorrow. You know, I mean, you have a reason every day to call, but tomorrow it's some information they would love to hear from you. So if you're not familiar with the road check, go to the Facebook page, Randy, and I think her name is Connie. They have generated some great documents for you. Just read over tonight. Just become familiar with it, and just talk about what they're looking for in the road check to the person who handles the phone. Use Lamar's script, right? And if you don't want to use the script, just say, I called to talk about the road check that starts today. I promise you they won't hang up on you. Get that out.
Right.
So however it works tomorrow, guys, make it a great day. Any of the other trainers, Dunbar, you got anything to say before you close? Randy? But, you know, for the 80 people that's on the call tonight, just do it tomorrow, right? You got something to break the ice with, just go for it. I promise you, tomorrow will be the best day. I promise. Okay?
Because we do record the call.
What was that?
I said, just wanted to remind everybody that the call would be recorded. Robert can tell them about it.
The call will be recorded.
You talking about this? You talking about this one?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It was just playing out on YouTube, so it's recorded there. I'm gonna go in there and edit it, and then it'll be released. And then again, and remember, guys, when I say I edit it, then I released it. Really, I mean that's just technical stuff, guys. Really, the call is open. So when this is over, you can go to my YouTube channel and go to the playlist for CDLP, and it's there. It's just unedited. So just keep in mind, I do go in there and edit it, but until I edit it, it's still available. Just not the clean version. So you can go in there and look at it. You're gonna see the same thing you would have saw live. I just go in there and do some other things afterwards. I put stuff in the description, the links, and all that kind of stuff. But those are things that'll happen as they happen anyway. So that's not. I wouldn't worry about that as much. So all the information I put in the chat, guys, I put the link in the chat for the download. When you download the 6 pages that I pulled up, guys, the fillable PDF, that's what you clicked on. When you clicked on that to say you wanted to get involved, that gave me your email. That giving me your email will allow me, hold on. That giving me your email will allow me to email you the other details for the Go for No challenge, right? Also, I put in there the link for the interview with the book, with the author of the book, Go for No. Click that link and you'll register for that for Wednesday at 9 o'clock. I'm also dropping those on the Facebook page in case you can't get it here for any reason, or in case before you get a chance to click on it, we close this out and you don't get a chance to see it, it'll be on the Facebook page as well. So you can get it there. So don't worry about it if you can't click on it through here or you're on your phone somewhere and you can't do it. So that's my last piece. Everybody else good? The other trainers good? You guys good to close out? All right, good stuff. Well, look, guys, you guys make it a great rest of your week. It's a new month. Let's kill it. Let's go for no. Let's go in beast mode. Let's do everything we need to do. Now, I want you guys to all walk across the stage in Arizona, man. It's just like a new something. Senior director, get some awards, go home, man. You know, get some support from your family and friends by coming home with something from Legal Shield, showing that you're part of a real from home business, guys. So we look forward to seeing you guys on next Monday. We look forward to seeing you guys in May for this training. We look forward to seeing you on Surrender's Accountability Call. We look forward to seeing you guys on the Go for No Challenge as well. So you guys have a great rest of your evening. We look forward to seeing you all.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good
Good night, all.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night, good night, good night.
I don't know who Michael is, but he driving and his camera face to the road, and I just hope he ain't in no truck.
Yeah, that's what I am. I'm in a truck listening.
Let's see, you're going about 65 miles an hour, right? I'm looking at how fast
Yep.
are you going?
I'm going 65. I'm governed at 65.
See there? See how good I am? I'm looking at the stripes until I can tell how fast he's going.
Hey, you guys are underestimating the trainers on this call.
I mean to tell you.
Oh my God.
Woo, I'm gonna sign off.
All right, man. See you guys
I'm gonna
later.
quit while I'm ahead.
He got turned backwards, so the cop stopped him. He won't say he was looking at it.
Yeah.
Night, y'all.
Good night.